Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Multiverse of Entertainment podcast. Here live in your living room, car, earbuds, or where else you listen to audio devices. My name is James. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to episode 15 of the podcast, where this week we are talking about probably one of the early adaptations of cartoon live action movies that have been during the 90s. We're talking about Inspector Gadget, brought to you by Disney. Now, before we get into the podcast, I'd like to say thank you all so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. We are still working on our YouTube channel at this moment in time, so I do appreciate everybody being patient with us, and I do appreciate everybody uh, tuning in each week. Without you guys, this podcast wouldn't be where it is to be today. So I do appreciate it. First off, I'd like to talk about a couple of news stories that broke out this week, which I'm really, really looking forward to. Uh, s- I'm really excited to hear. I'm sure you guys have probably seen our Instagrams already. First of all, uh, congratulations to Miss Marvel, the Miss Marvel TV show, nominated for Emmys this week. There are a lot of Emmys been brought out, so congratulations to them on that. Love Miss Marvel. If anyone hasn't seen Miss Marvel yet, go check it out. One of the probably one of the best Marvel shows to come out so far. And also Andor as well. Star Wars Andor was nominated this week for Emmys. Congratulations to them, and obviously The Last of Us, which I've yet to see. Um, so they have been awarded Emmys as well, or nominated for Emmys. So congratulations everybody are nominated. Um, Also, we got first sneak peek into seeing what Deadpool and Wolverine will look like in Deadpool 3 coming out next year, hopefully next year, fingers crossed. Assuming the active these strikes that are happening at the moment won't hamper it. If it does hamper it, it'll get pushed back 6 months. They've already said. But Logan Wolverine looks absolutely incredible in the yellow spandex that we've all been waiting for these last 20 years of X-Men movies. And no helmet. We still haven't seen the helmet yet, but we are confident with what they can do. I'm always confident when it comes to like the MCU films. I'm a huge Marvel fan, and the suit looks amazing. I do kind of wish that they'd gone, sleeveless with Logan's biceps, like in the animated series. But nonetheless, I'm more. That's just me nitpicking. But seeing him in the classic yellow spandex with the blue gloves and the blue boots, for me, it's just fucking awesome. I cannot wait to see that show. Deadpool looks amazing as well, obviously, and li- and also Deadpool news story wise, I forgot about this. Jennifer Gardner has been added to the Deadpool show, and she's Deadpool movie, sorry, and she's going to be reprising her role as Elektra. News broke on IGN and with Marvel as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to see what Jennifer Gardner's Elektra is going to be like in the MCU. I think she was given an unfair shake in the Elektra movie and the god awful Daredevil film, which, by the way, a lot of people blame Ben Affleck for that. I don't think it's Ben Affleck's fault for that. I think it's just poor writing. So, looking forward to seeing Elektra back and seeing her in the MCU. So, hopefully, we'll get to see her in all her glory and whatnot. And yeah, I think that's about it as well, news wise. I've never actually done news on the intro before, so I'm pretty, really, really happy with that. What have I been watching as well this week? I've been watching the new Secret Invasion TV show. Really, really good. I'm loving it right now. Episode 4 was a little short for me because the last 3 episodes have been like at least an hour long. Episode 4 was about half an hour, and we've only got 2 episodes left of the show, excuse me. And hopefully there will be bangers and close out to wherever we need to go. I do have a funny feeling that this show is going to lead us up to Armor War. So stay tuned on this. We'll see what happens. But yeah, no, really, really good. And we got Ahsoka in a couple of weeks. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing Ahsoka when that comes out in August, next month, August 23rd. So get your Disney Plus subscriptions ready to go, all you Star Wars fans. So without further ado, guys, let's crack on with the episode. That's the longest intro I've done so far, so yay me. So we are going to jump into the episode 15, which is, of course, Inspector Gadget. I'm going to be joined by my friend Sassy Bear, and this movie originally came out July 23rd, 1999. Wow, almost 21 years ago to the day, almost anyway. So enjoy the episode, guys.
Brenda Bradford. She's so beautiful. Wowzer. What? Oh, nothing. I was just talking to myself. Norma, how do I look?
Like a geek from Kansas who became a security guard.
Okay. Right. This is about the second time I've fucking recorded this fucking thing. So, Sassy Bear is here with me talking about Inspector Gadget. This is not the only thing that's going to go wrong with this fucking episode because we're talking about this fucking movie. All right. So, Sassy, thank you for joining. How was the wrestling this weekend?
The rest has been pretty good. Was down at Falling Star Wrestling yesterday. Was part of a triple threat tag team match, which was interesting.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so that went over pretty good.
I wish I was there. Did you win?
Fortunately, no, but it was good fun regardless.
Boo, booking. I'm joking. It's the second time I've done that now. So, when it comes to like this movie, when I first pitched this was going to be like in the mid-teens, you immediately was like, yeah, I want to be on this. I want to talk about this because we're of similar age. We grew up with pretty much the same things.
Yeah.
That have either been previously talked about on this podcast or we're watching it for the first time. And we were talking before we recorded as well that you have your thoughts on this movie. Yeah. I have my thoughts where I think it's good. I think the movie's kind of good, but very, very cheesy. And one of those early adaptation of like live action movies for cartoons / I don't know, cartoons / comic book style films, right? So thinking about how to tackle this episode this week in my head, I was kind of like, should we talk about like the general story of the film and then talk about the bad bits and then the good bits? Or do you just want to tear this film apart?
I'm easy to just throw all my thoughts onto this movie to essentially dissect it bit by bit.
All right,
so similar to the Mario episode we did. So
there we are then. So for those of you who have never seen this film, it is on Disney Plus right now. Go and check it out. It's all about this this security guard whose dream one day is to become a full-blown policeman. That is literally it. And he's working a shift one night, and all of a sudden he is in a bit of a pickle with this bad guy called was it Skullflex, was it?
So the name I spotted in the casting was Sanford Skolex.
Who originally in the cartoon show is known as the Claw or something like that, isn't it?
Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw.
I specifically remember Dr. Claw in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And this is where it's going to lead to one of my things that I did not like the way this movie handled it, but we'll get to that. So, I'm very familiar with the cartoon. Like, I grew up watching the cartoon because it was reruns a lot in the 90s.
Yeah.
And what I felt the cartoon does good is they've kept the identity of Dr. Claw as like a complete mystery.
True. Yeah.
And that's kind of always been like the thing that I kind of liked about Dr. Claw is because you don't know what he looks like. All you just see is just his big metal hand and his very obese looking cat, if I remember rightly.
Yeah. And every time they found him, they turned like his chair on, there would be like some sort of explosive device.
Oh yeah, like I remembered in like the intro, every time he turned it around, there's a big bomb with a handcuff on it. And
yeah. And then like Matthew, so the main character is played by Matthew Broderick, which
Broderick, yeah.
I'm pretty sure in the cartoon, Inspector Gadget didn't have a first name, but for some reason, every antagonist, every hero has to be called John. For some reason, that seems like a go-to, like John.
It literally just feels like a game of fucking name bingo for fucking characters. Just like spin the wheel. John. We'll go with John.
But if you look at the names of Johns in movie history and TV history, and video games for that matter, you've got John McClane.
Yep.
John, the Inspector Gadget. John 117 from Halo.
Johnny 5 from
Johnny 5, Johnny Bravo.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, can't wait to talk about Johnny Bravo. There's so many few Johns out there, and I'm sure somebody says John Travolta, that's an actual actor.
That's the actor's actual name.
Yeah, that doesn't count. But he ends up in this situation, he sees the bad guy. I think he chases him down in his like little police car, and then
it's a very little car that he sticks a siren on the top of his roof. So
brilliant. And then how does he hit? He ends up like either being crashed or exploded or something like that.
So what happened was he's chasing down this limo which contains Dr. Claw and
air quotes.
Yeah, air quotes. So at this point, the introduction to Dr. Claw in this movie seems promising to start with, because we just get the hand and the cat.
Yeah.
As just the reveal. And I'm like, okay, so just like the cartoon, we're on to a good start already.
Yeah.
And basically, so how it's basically happened is he's on security duty. There's this ginormous black van that crashes through a wall. And it basically steals these equipment and this mechanical foot, which was created by this old man who is the father of the love interest, so to speak.
Yes. What was the name again?
I just looking up the cast details. So let me have a gander. Right. So the what's the woman's name? All right. So the love interest is played by Jolie Fisher, and the character's name is Dr. Brenda Bradford.
Oh yeah, because he has like this fascination with
with the woman, yeah.
Yeah, with the woman, yeah.
And he even throws in the word "wowzer," which was like a common fucking catchphrase from Inspector Gadget in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Of course. So yeah, this black van crashed through a wall. Little robots come out of it to steal the foot, steal the equipment, and kill the dad. Just sure, why not? And then they all bugger off. Broderick's character basically gets in his little mobile
Yeah.
which for some reason has a bowling ball inside of it, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So he chases this limo, which has Dr. Claw in it, and Dr. Claw has this oil slick button where he sprays oil all over the road. Broderick loses control. He gets tipped upside down in his car and slides towards what looked like the leg of a massive sign, which ends up being the Yahoo sign. That falls onto the limo. No, actually, wait.
Yeah.
I've skipped a bit there. So it was a bit where he crashes into the sign upside down.
Yeah.
He gets his little megaphone, like he's stealing Jimmy Hart's gimmick or something, to shout at fucking Dr. Claw, being like, "Get out, come with us quietly," and all business. And then he's like, "You win. Would you like a victory cigar?" And he's like, "But I don't smoke." "Oh, you will be in a minute." And it's literally just like an explosive in the shape of a cigar. He throws it at him.
Yeah, I
course,
remember. Yeah, because he's upside down, isn't he, or something?
Yeah, pretty much in the car. And then kaboom! We presume Gadget. Well, Broderick's dead at this point because we've just been blown up in the car.
So, Matthew Broderick's character name is John Brown.
I forget the character name. All I just think of is he's going to be Gadget.
He's going to be Gadget. Yeah. He's gone from John Brown to Inspector Gadget.
John Brown is like even Brown's a very common last name as well. Right? It's like, Jesus Christ, you're picking a common first name and a common last name. It's confusing as fuck. But anyway,
Artemis Bradford was the guy's was the father's name, played by the ever amazing Renee Abedonis, who played Odo in Deep Space Nine.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah, so a bit of a shout out there.
Because I know he did look very familiar, and for some reason I'm thinking, no, this isn't the farmer from Babe. Wrong person.
No, that's James. That's James. Oh fuck, what's his name now? Star Trek fans gonna kill me now. James Cronwell, I think his name is. Yeah, right. James Cronwell. That was. Oh no! Oh yeah, bring us back. Yeah, so they blow him up. And then,
so they blow him up, and then as it blows up, the sign then falls over, which is this giant Yahoo sign.
Yahoo!
And is this the point where the bowling ball shoots out the car?
Yeah, the bowling ball shoots up, and for some reason his sunroof. Oh yeah, because he comes up through the sunroof of his limo, and the bowling ball. He closes the sunroof, and then he looks up. The bowling ball just lands on his hand and crushes his hand.
And that's how he becomes Dr.
And that's how he becomes Dr. Claw, which is the most cheesiest Disney way of getting somebody's hand decapitated. Is amazing.
Like, I get they were trying to think of an idea, and like, well, how does he get the claw then? Fuck it, hand broke by bowling ball.
Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, I don't know how he actually gets the claw in the cartoon. But I don't think it was a bowling ball to the fucking hand. And like I was saying before about, the reveal in the cartoon was kept like very mysterious.
Yeah.
Literally 8 minutes into this
the movie. And we know.
The reveal's blown. We know who the fuck he is. We see his face, especially when he comes out with the explosive cigar. So we know who the fuck Dr. Claw is.
But the thing is as well, right? So we'll get on with the plot a bit more. But the thing is, the audience members know who Dr. Claw is, but then through the case of the movie, nobody else know who he is. Everyone thinks he's this software company tycoon guy.
Oh, I'm an evil tycoon. It's just into software and shit.
Typical 90s like style villain on Disney live action.
Pretty much. It's just like, I need technology. Why? I need technology.
But then after this, he's rushed to the hospital, and then they're all like, right, we need to save this guy's life. And then they kind of go into like this silly comic, comedically, like $6 million man, Steve Austin, kind of like, we will rebuild him.
Well, so I think it goes to the hospital. We're introduced to Penny.
Yes.
Who is played by Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yes, that's right.
And I remember her, weirdly enough, from a Nickelodeon movie called Harriet the Spy, which was ironically her film debut. So that was literally the first movie she was in.
Yes.
And she's one of those actresses that I recognize her from just a load of stuff that she was in.
Yeah, she played. Oh, yeah, I recognize it now because she plays Dawn Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah, it's Buffy's sister. Yeah.
I was going to say she was in Buffy as well. But, yeah, it was just... so we basically get Penny. So it's like, cool, we got Penny. We got Brain the dog, who gives freaking... Yeah, cute little beagle, who then gives John tongue action, which you might as well just play Careless Whisper when that fucking happens. Just to completely ruin the scene.
Is that...
just this...
your theme, I was saying this earlier, and your theme, right? If anyone doesn't know, Sassy Bear, never seen his matches, Careless Whisper by George Michael. I said Wham at this. George Michael, right? That's becoming such a meme song right now.
Oh,
unfortunately.
I think it was a meme for a long while because I remember there'd been like memes where they play a scene of like two characters looking at each other from like Lord of the Rings, where it'd be like Aragorn and Elrond, and the minute fucking Careless Whisper plays, it completely changes the scene and just simply cuts the sexual tension.
Well, it's better than we're taking the whole to Isengard. God. No, I am not playing that song as an intro song when we do Lord of the Rings. All right, never.
Oh, I'd die if that was a thing, but no worry.
I might do it like an interlude. Watch this place. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
So yeah, we're introduced with Penny, and we got Brain, who tongue kisses him, and then we have this president woman with like a buttload of police people. They're just saying, "Oh, your father was a great man. Do you know him?" No, I don't. So it's like, you bitch.
Oh yeah, that's the fucking Mayor Wilson.
Oh, the fucking mayor.
Mayor Wilson, played by the fucking awesome Terry. She's a famous American actress and comedian. She's been on a satellite. She was on like Saturday Night Live between 95 and 2000. So. She's done quite a lot. She's actually a really funny girl, very sarcastic girl with a comedy. Great.
But
so then,
so then we have her, and then they have this Gadget project, which they say about, which they then decide to essentially do the transition of John Brown to Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
But there's a running theme with this movie that did annoy me, and that was like so many sound effects are just assaulting your fucking ears.
Every time Gadget moved, was like sound effect here, sound effect there.
There was even these weird transition bits of like sound effects, and whatever the fuck Broderick does is like, yeah, there's literally a sound effect, and I'm like, do you need this many sound effects? Tone it the fuck down a little bit, mate, because I'm trying.
Welcome to Disney.
Like, it's making Tom and Jerry seem tolerable in regards to, like, sound effects. But at least with Tom and Jerry, they used it in the right moments. Whereas this is just like, we need sound effects. How many? I don't know. As many as we can squeeze into this movie. No. But yeah, so he becomes Inspector Gadget. He wakes up, goes headfirst into the floor.
Brilliant. Good start.
Surprisingly, no concussions, but he's not exactly human anymore. No. So I think he's fine. And he discovers he has these abundance of powers and gadgets just spewing through his fingers and just every orifice. And so there's the bit where the rocket just flies through the fucking all over the joint, through the window, into the mayor's face on a poster. And then as he just breaks out of his room, that's when he then bumps into Jolie Fisher's character, Brendan Bradford. And there's this line of dialogue. Right, so I'll be honest when I say with Broderick, like, there are moments where Broderick can be pretty good in some movies of his. Like I say, his work as Simba in Lion King, fine. A character he voiced in the B movie, fine. I don't think his acting was all too great in this movie. There were times his delivery was very off. And there was this particular line to where he was just like, no, I gotta get out of here. And then there's teeth chattering noises. And I'm like, you couldn't have gone a couple of takes with that line.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing is with this movie is
Mhm.
that it's funny at parts, but it's trying too hard to be funny.
Oh, I totally got
You
that
know?
from the get go.
Now, if you had somebody like
Mhm.
I don't know, Jim Carrey in this film, perfect. This movie would have been like
Oh, it would have
a
been able
cult.
to.
It would have been a cult classic. You
I
know,
mean, it would have nailed the line deliveries. Probably would have made the comedy actually funny. But
but then Broderick, you know, how many comedy films has Broderick done? You know, listen, we're not movie experts here. Okay, we're
No.
just fans. This is a fan made podcast here for everything. I know fuck all. If you listen to last week's episode on Open All Hours, you will know how much I know fuck all.
ah,
But like, I don't think he's been in that many comedy films.
no, I mean the only so the movies the comedies comedies in quotations that I've seen him in
Hmm.
have been not that great. I remember there was Deck the Halls was a terrible fucking Christmas movie with him and Danny DeVito, and it really hurts me to say that because I love Danny DeVito, but fuck me, that movie was awful.
Yeah.
Absolutely bottom of the barrel, fucking awful.
So are we saying he's better of an action adventure kind of actor than comedy?
Well, something I've noticed, which is a bit ironic with Roderick, is a lot of his voice work is fine. Like,
Oh yeah, he's a great voice actor.
like Simba in Lion King, fine, absolutely fine. And like I said, the character he played in the B movie, fine. And I'd even go as far as to say his role in Thief and the Cobbler was not too bad.
Yeah.
But there's always something about him in particularly live action movies where I don't know whether he doesn't quite hit the sweet spot for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not saying. I mean, there are moments where he's terrible, but you'll spot them a mile off. But then there are moments where I'm like, could have done a little bit harder, mate. Just saying. But I don't know. I mean, like I say, I'm not a freaking acting expert or anything like that.
Yeah.
But when you see bad acting, you will see bad acting, and there are moments, particularly in this movie, that really were like, "Come on, mate."
Yeah. Well, what was it? Like, you know, after the whole hospital scenes of him like falling all over himself, so many sound effects, he ends up in the garage or like this workplace or somewhere like that. I think it's a garage. And he meets his car for the first time, and his car.
Oh, this fucking thing.
Yeah, the Gadget
Jesus.
reveal is known as is voiced by the funny Daryl Lynn Hewley, who is a stand-up American comedian. And I think he's funny in this. I think the star of the show is the fucking car. I think the car's fucking hilarious.
I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of a bit mixed, really. Like, I don't think it's bad. It's just, of course he has a talking fucking car.
I mean, yeah,
because
Disney.
To me, well, it's just fine. It's like, let me think. Right, so we've got Knight Rider who had a talking fucking car. Kit, classic, cool. And it just feels like they're just trying to, like, okay, what troops are we do? Oh, a talking car. Let's fucking do it. But it's like, but also, no offense to the guy that did the voice for this, Daryl and Hughley or anything.
Yeah.
It's got that stench of we couldn't get Chris Rock, so fuck it, he will do. that's kind of the feeling I got from this, because it just kind of felt like, right, we need you to do like a Chris Rock impression as the car.
Oh god.
And it's just like, fuck, okay. Like, I mean, like I said, it's not the worst thing in the movie. The worst thing in the movie is a mixture of Broderick's acting and just the absolute fuck job of just blowing their load too early and revealing Dr. Claw.
Yeah,
I feel like they're pretty much the worst parts of the movie. Oh, and the fucking sound effects, of course.
And the sound effects as well, yeah.
But like I said, the car's fine. The car's fine. It's harmless. It's fine. Like, my issue's not with the car.
No,
I mean, my
because
issues with
the
a lot
car's
of
got
things.
like the car's pretty cool inside because it's got like a skittle machine and drinks machine and
yeah. Kid me would have loved that, and then adult me is
Yeah.
like too many diabetes, must avoid.
Yeah, yeah, too much sugar. And then as the movie gets on, you realize, hey, Dr. Claw is trying to create his own cyborg crime fighting, machine guy,
Oh,
which
God,
ends up being they called it Robo Gadget and Robo Brenda, which were like two to the opposites of.
oh my
Yeah.
fucking God.
And the beauty thing about which kills me all the time is that to separate the two together, the two apart, is that Robo Gadget was crazy looking, looked like Gadget in every way, apart from that psycho killer look with extraordinary big mask teeth, which they thought, the mask, let's have teeth like that.
Well, I'm not going to lie. When I looked at the teeth, all it made me think of was that one episode in fucking Friends where, what's this guy's name? Ross? David Thingies? Right, so there's a scene where he's just had his teeth whitened.
Yeah.
And he's gone to basically have a nice little night with, I forget the woman's.
I don't know his girlfriend. I don't think it was his girlfriend. It was like somebody.
No. I think it was like some other woman he was on a date with. And he's just like, so, where were we? And he smiles. And it's like looking at the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland at fucking night. Because all you see are these bright as fuck white teeth just smiling. And rightfully, she was fucking like, the fuck is going on here? I would be the same.
Yeah.
And that's all I could think of with this fucking evil version of Gadget. It's like, fuck, I can't hear you over your white as fuck teeth.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, because
holy cow.
Because don't they deactivate them or something like that? They deactivate Gadget initially, which causes this doppelganger to do exactly the same thing he does, but ruin everything. Yeah, evil. And then
because it calls us an evil doppelganger in this movie.
That's what it was. It was like a chip or something.
There was a chip.
And they took it out. Yeah.
They took it out, and then didn't they kick? No, wait, I'm getting mixed up with Terminator with the whole kick the head in, and then he's dangling from wires.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
that's Terminator, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the confusion.
Yeah. And then they're all crying and upset. They were, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody says something. I think it's the girl, Brenda. I think Brenda says something. And then, typical Disney fashion, I think kisses him.
Of course.
And then he is like, oh, I'm awake. Let's save the world, blah, blah. Let's save the city, blah, blah, blah. And they go on this little thing where they're both fighting each other. The both doppelgangers are fighting the real versions of themselves. Penny's doing something with Brain and the car, which then alternates into Robo Gadget going all crazy and shit, and then winning, and then they take Dr. Claw out with something. It was something I can't remember what it was. Was it? Oh, they caught him in the skyscraper in his helicopter, brought him down safely. The police are there to arrest Gadget, but then it turns out Dr. Claw's the actual bad guy. Who fucking knew? God, right? And then they arrest him. I will get you, Gadget. That famous line, and then he's disappeared, and everybody happy ever after. That's the gist of it.
I mean, I know there was another line. I think it might have been a bit earlier than that point, where Dr. Claw's in a helicopter feed, and he's just like, go, catch it. I'm
yeah.
The fuck is it? How do you turn from one of the coolest fucking villains into this blumbering idiot of a human being?
Fucking hell. This movie is not a long movie. Right?
No.
It's the runtime of it is about 78 minutes, which is about an hour and 18.
An hour and 18.
18
minutes.
An
hour and 18, yeah.
It's not a long film. It's pretty much it's pretty much like a long TV short film, produced by Disney, Caravan Pictures, Dick Entertainment, and obviously, the normal
Disney.
Disney distributors and everything like that.
Mhm.
And I'll be honest with you, pal. All right, the budget of this
Right.
film was $75 to $90 million. Okay,
Right.
and in the box office, bit of a shock, but this movie in the box office made $137.4 million,
Right.
which was very, I know, right? Which is very, very popular with families. This is a family. Take your family on a weekday or weekend movie trip,
Hmm.
and the year this came out is 99, and some of the people who were like, some of the movies that were out this year as well was pretty crazy. Like Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace was out the same year.
Oh yeah.
I think the same month. I can't remember. Somebody go back to Episode 1 in the archives to find out when it came out. But it was like really, it was a really popular film. But obviously we had like the fucking really bad fucking sequel.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking. I'm telling you this now. I can safely say the 2003 Inspector Gadget 2 sequel to this film will not be covered on this fucking podcast because I've never seen it, and two, I don't want to sit on this podcast and rip something apart that people generally like, so I can spare that. However, that being said, I may do an episode of Love Island. I'm going to tear that shit to fucking pieces. All right. So I'm just saying that. But overall, this movie is described as like an American. This movie is described as an American superhero comedy film. I don't think it's a superhero film. I think it's more of a live action adaptation of a famous cartoon.
Oh yeah, I mean, which it blatantly is.
And do you know what I would have done? Do you know the Robo Gadget, the evil Gadget?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just give him a mustache like the original Inspector Gadget had?
Oh wait,
Because
actually,
the original, because the original, when Inspector Gadget first came out as a cartoon, Gadget had a mustache, and then they took the mustache off him.
Yeah, because I think that was in the pilot. He had a mustache. Yeah. Actually, that's a good fucking shout. That does make fucking sense.
Yeah, and like, a few shout outs as well to like, I'm pretty sure, because there's no origin story with Gadget in like the cartoons, as far as I'm aware. I don't think there is. I think it's just straight in. He's just like this police inspector who is like a robot / human, this cyborg, and he can do spectacular things. I don't remember the cartoon ever showing episodes where he went back to where he was before Inspector Gadget. I don't remember any of that. If somebody remembers that, let me know. Let us know.
I mean, I don't remember them going into like any backstory other than the fact of this is Inspector Gadget, and we're just going to show off all the stuff he can do.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, there is a funny episode. There is a funny bit of this movie,
right?
Because I don't really think we could touch much else on this fucking movie other than it's a fine movie, but it could have been fucking better. And then the cheesy thing about it is on the poster said it's coming out, this movie is go this Thursday or this July, and I'm just fucking cheesy 90s bullocks. There is a famous scene in this movie where it's only just come to me now that when Gadget is trying to train himself to like learn all these abilities,
Right.
there's a guru being brought in.
Oh, this scene.
Yeah. There's a guru. A guru comes in and he's like, and all that stuff. While Gadget is like trying to control his like extending arm, and then he's got it for a while, twists his arm, and then it just goes out of control straight into the guy's nads, and the guy is going and then you just see him laid down an ambulance gurney with a fucking big pile of ice on his nuts with a squeaky voice. That is fucking brilliant. I think that's the best fucking scene.
Yeah, that was it. Obtain the balls, and then
obtain the balls.
Yeah, it literally says obtain the balls, and then the hand just twists, goes to the nuts. His eyes fucking pop out like a fucking cartoon, and then it was just like, and then it's just like proper like chipmunk lace, like taken away in the fucking ambulance. Like, Christ, okay.
Do you know what? I've just realized that is gonna be like when this episode ends. That fucking bit is going to be the outro. Is going to be the interlude leading to the outro of this episode. I fucking decided.
Oh, right.
Watch this space when this is done.
Yeah,
fuck it. I don't know what else we could talk about this film other than it. It had promise, but in my research, literally just now, as I'm speaking about this, right? Casting wise, okay. Cameron Diaz declined the role of Dr. Brenda Bradford initially in favor of Any Given Sunday, and Brendan Fraser was considered for the role of Inspector Gadget, but turned it down turned it down on account of working on George of the Jungle. So, other live-action Disney films based on an animated cartoon. Oh, yeah. Well, don't need to talk about that then, really.
Yeah, I mean...
two other choices for the role of Inspector Gadget were Chevy Chase, who is... I don't remember who that is, and Steve Martin was considered for the role. While Steve Martin, was considered for the role.
Sorry, I've just also had a bit of research here. So it says here during the Minions Anonymous scene in the credits, one of the henchmen was Mr. fucking T.
Was it?
Yeah, apparently.
Fucking awesome.
I never noticed that, but fuck.
Yeah. Well, and it says here, while the Farley brothers' choice for Gadget was Jim Carrey, and Lindsay Lohan turned down the role of Penny due to her working on The Parent Trap.
Yeah,
and then Eddie Murphy, David Allen, Greyer, and Chris Tucker were considered for the role of the Gadgetmobile, with Tim Curry, James Earl Jones, William Dafoe, Jack Nicholson, John Lithgow, Tommy Lee Jones, and Dennis Hopper were all considered for the role of Dr. Claw. Which I'm like, what? I don't think James Earl Jones, because if James Earl... Well, then again, if you never revealed who Dr. Claw was, James Earl Jones would be fucking perfect for that.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, this was the same man that did the voice for Darth Vader.
I know, you'd be like, this is where Darth Vader's been.
Yeah, so I think, you could have easily done the reveal and have, like, his voice go, like, very sort of Darth Vader-esque in all it, and I could definitely see that working if they, keep the fucking reveal. Yeah. Which they fucking didn't, which annoys me, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But another thing I was going to say was, during that same henchman bit with Mr. T, the other guy with him is Richard Keel, who played Jaws in James Bond, The Spy Who Loved Me, and Moonraker.
Ooh.
Hilariously, they credited him as famous bad guy with silver teeth. It's like, fuck's sake. You
Fucking
know, like, you knew you got fucking Jaws from James Bond on this damn thing, but I mean, on the one hand, I get why they turn it down for other shit.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's got my brain really thinking.
Yeah, can you imagine? Oh, see, I just want somebody to dub the Gadget reveal with Chris Tucker's voice in it. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, whichever you can get your money on.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh wait, Chris Tucker wouldn't have been able to do it because he was probably working on Rush Hour 2 at the time.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
God, I love
Fifth
that movie.
Element didn't long come out either, so
Hmm.
so sounds about right. Really.
Yeah. He was a busy boy by that point. Yeah.
Anyway, let's
God.
end this one because we're for those of you who don't know, we're doing a doubler tonight as we're recording this. So with Inspector Gadget, let's do. I don't want to do 99. Let's do 78. All right, 78. The amount of fucking runtime minutes it has. Out of 78, what would you rank this movie?
Fucking hell.
Honest answer, please.
Don't worry. I'll give you a fucking honest answer with this. So out of 78, I am, in all honesty, out of 78, I'm giving this a 10. And my reason for this is, 10 out of 78. And the 10 is only there for the brief promise at the beginning of, like, the brief promise of a really good Dr. Claw reveal, or Dr. Claw, like, hiding of him.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of moments I thought, okay, I can deal with this. The rest of the movie falls flat, for my opinion. So in terms of, like, a movie based on the cartoon of Inspector Gadget, I felt having him be, like, a dude that becomes Gadget in, like, a very RoboCop fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Bit weird, but you know. And yeah, I just felt they ruined the reveal of Dr. Claw, and I'm like, well, that's ruined that for me because we know who the fuck it is now. So it's just like all the mystique and mystery you had of the original Dr. Claw fucking killed in like 8 minutes of this entire fucking movie, and then it's like, oh, how do we give him the claw? Bowling ball to the hand. Like, all right. And the fucking sound effects really annoyed me throughout this fucking movie. I'm just like, shut up and calm down. Like, so, I get when the Gadget comes out, okay, sound effects, not all the fucking time. But the 10, I'm pretty much putting it there for, like, in regards to, like I said, the good promise beginning of Dr. Claw's reveal, and some decent effort from the other members of the cast, like decent effort from Jolie Fisher, decent effort from Michelle Trachtenberg, and I could go through the entire fucking casting list. And I will say the car, regards as a highlight of the movie, which at least contributes to the 10 I'm giving here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So even then, there was so much you could do to improve on this fucking movie and probably make it probably not as cheesy. Like, a bit of cheese is fine, but this was cheese fucking overload in my opinion.
Yeah.
And like what we discussed about the evil doppelganger, give him a mustache, boom. Like, that would have at least made a bit of sense to the know-hows in Inspector Gadget, and also you can tell the fuckers apart from the white as fuck teeth.
Yeah.
It just came across as very a bit too much cheese, and I like my cheese in, like, some bits, but this was a bit too much to stomach, if I'm honest.
If you had to put the two movies together, which one would be better, Inspector Gadget or Super Mario Brothers?
Can I be honest? Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I see. As a kid, I loved this film. I did. I probably the minority who enjoyed this film. But I'm a very simple mind, so I'd laugh at anything, really. if an old lady fell across the road, I would go and help her up and then laugh afterwards. You know?
Okay.
Don't do that, people. That's cruel. All right. For me, 10 out of 78. In my mind, I'm going, oh, it's a bit harsh, but I can see your reasoning for it.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it from the point of big fan of the cartoon, grew up with it. Oh, a movie based on the cartoon.
Yeah.
And it was like, there was a lot that needed improving on in this movie, I felt.
I think for me, I would probably give this. I'm not going to give this like a high score, but I would probably give this a. I would probably give it a. For me, probably 25, just because of how much I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not a bad film. It's a bad film.
Yeah.
A badly plotted film.
Badly handled.
Yeah, badly handled film. But the intention of making the movie was there and it was good. But they kind of dropped the ball in a few key areas.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, this is not criticizing them. This is just being a fan and enjoying it. I know nothing about the movie business. I think the way the movie business is going at the moment is it's going well, but obviously there's a few like corporate things that's happening in the world at the moment. But yeah, I mean, as long as the movie's got good storytelling and you know, and beloved characters from like TV, games, and comic books are portrayed well and with respect, then you have no beef with me. But yeah, this is like 25 for me. Yeah, 25 out of 78. I won't go any higher than that. Unless somebody redubs everything, remakes the entire movie, and adds like new characters. I got a funny feeling there could be a remake of this movie in the cards one day with Disney. I wouldn't be surprised, but we probably won't get that. Probably, I'm gonna say probably 5 years. At least until like Marvel is done with like their phase 6, so that gives them plenty of breathing room then. So like, right, we've done 6 phases of Marvel now. Let's take a break from Marvel and then let's go and focus on other films.
Yeah,
you know. But that's been said. Anyway, that's this one done. We're gonna take. We're done with this episode. So you know, Sass is always welcome. Always thank Sassy Bear for coming in. We're gonna take a little break ourselves here now from recording, and then we're gonna record next week's episode, and then you guys who are listening to us right now are gonna get that famous guru scene of the nuts, and then out to the intro, and then thanks some people. So see you in a bit.
Try to visualize your goal. Concentrate. Put all other things out of your head except obtaining the balls.
Okay.
He's just like that $6 million man.
Well, I guess $6 million doesn't buy what it used to.
Excuse me.
He's not a man, you know. He's a monster.
And that's it, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in today. That was a really fun episode to do. I'm glad you enjoyed. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it, and I hope you've enjoyed every single episode so far on our journey to wherever this little podcast takes us. We'll be back next week, each and every Monday. So we do appreciate you coming in. Don't miss anything here right now. If you haven't followed us on our social media, follow us on Instagram at the Multiverse of Entertainment Pod. TikTok at Mo Podcast as well. Each week you will get a snippet of the next episode coming out. So you get a little inkling of what's happening. And you can follow me on my Instagram as well if you want. Everything's there. Everything is a link below. I'm sure I've forgotten something. Check out Sassy Bear as well. His links will be in the description below as well. So do check him out. Give him a follow. Whatnot. Show him support through his wrestling career as well. That's it. Next week we are hitting episode 16 where we're talking about Orville, and Sassy Bear is joining me on that episode as well. So until then, enjoy, have a good week, and stay safe, keep nerdy, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye. I can never figure out what to say at the end of these intros or these outros, so fuck it. Enjoy.